What if the most jaw-dropping resort in America wasn't in Miami, wasn't in Napa, and wasn't in New York, but hidden inside the mountains of West Virginia? You've probably never heard of it. But once you see it, you'll never stop thinking about it. Today I'm taking you inside the Greenbrier, and by the end of this video, you're going to want to pack your bags. Subscribe and let's dive in. We're in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, tucked into the Allegheny Mountains, and honestly, that alone sounds like the beginning of a fairy tale. But then you pull up to this place and it just confirms it. The first thing that hits you is the color. It's bold, it's maximalist, it's completely unapologetic, and somehow it works. Floral patterns on every surface, jewel-toned walls, that iconic green and white palette. It's old-fashioned in the best possible way, like someone took a southern estate, a European palace, and a very confident interior designer and just let them cook. There's a sign pointing down toward the reception and the casino club, and I remember thinking, this place has layers. And I hadn't even checked in yet. People have been coming here since 1778. 28 US presidents have stayed under this roof, and standing in that lobby for the first time, you kind of feel that weight in the best way. Once you start wandering the hallways, you realize this isn't just a hotel, and it's a world. 11,000 acres of it, to be exact. The interiors were redesigned in the late 1940s by Dorothy Draper, and one of the most iconic interior designers of the 20th century, and her fingerprints are everywhere. Bold colors, classical columns, oversized florals. It's maximalism before maximalism was a thing. And what I love is that it doesn't feel like a museum. The 10 grand lobbies, the sweeping staircases, the way light bounces off the chandeliers, that makes you want to slow down and actually look. I kept stopping mid-walk just to take it in. The carpet alone is a whole conversation. Like, who approved this? And why does it somehow look incredible? There are over 55 activities on property, more than 35 shops, 20 restaurants and lounges. This isn't a place you visit for a night. This is a place you disappear into. Now, the spa. Let's talk about the spa. The whole reason people started coming to this area in the first place, back in the 1700s, was the natural sulfur springs. People traveled here specifically to take the waters. And that tradition is still very much alive. The Greenbrier's mineral spa is built around those same natural springs, and the treatments are designed around them too. There's something almost ritualistic about it, like you're participating in something that's been happening here for over 2 centuries. Walking through the spa, everything just slows down, the lighting softens, the noise of the world outside completely disappears. It's the kind of place where you book one treatment and somehow end up staying for 3 hours. I'm not usually a spa person, I'll be honest, but something about knowing that the waters here have been drawing visitors for 250 years made it feel less like a luxury and more like a tradition. And I was very happy to be part of it.
This is my first time in the hotel like this. So nice, and it's kind of old-fashioned, but very well maintained, and it's like very classy.
The rooms. Oh, the rooms. There are 710 guest rooms here, everything from classic deluxe rooms to private estate houses. And the design language carries through from the public spaces right into your personal retreat. My first reaction walking in was, this is so nice, and it's kind of old-fashioned but very well maintained. And that's exactly it. It's classy without being cold, elegant without being stuffy. The color palette continues, rich tones, layered textures, that signature Greenbrier style that somehow feels both timeless and completely specific to this place. You won't find a room like this anywhere else. And the beds, I don't know what they do to those beds, but I slept like I had no responsibilities, which for a few days at least I didn't. There's also something to be said for the quiet here. You're in the mountains, you're surrounded by nature. The world outside genuinely feels far away, and that's not an accident. That's the whole point. Okay, food, because we have to talk about the food. The Greenbrier has 20 restaurants and lounges on property. So the question isn't whether you'll eat well, it's which version of eating well you're in the mood for. From fine dining in the main dining room, where jackets are still encouraged and the chandeliers make everything taste better, to more casual spots where you can grab a bite between activities. There's a range, and it's all executed with that same attention to detail that defines everything here. The service is the thing that stands out most. It's attentive without being intrusive, warm without being performative. You get the sense that the staff genuinely care, and at a place with this kind of history and reputation that matters. One thing worth knowing though thrice, the rates here are typically inclusive of meals, which means you're not nickel and dimed every time you sit down. You just enjoy, and that changes the whole energy of dining. I had a meal here that I'm still thinking about. That's the benchmark for me. And then there's outside. The Greenbrier sits on 11,000 acres in the Allegheny Mountains, and whether you're here in the fall when the leaves turn or in winter when everything is dusted in snow like we were, it is stunning. There's something about the contrast that gets me every time. You walk out of this opulent, color-saturated interior, and you're met with this vast, quiet gray and white mountain landscape. It's like the resort and the nature around it are in conversation with each other. There are hiking trails, an off-road jeep experience, falconry, 4 championship golf courses, tennis courts. The outdoor programming here is genuinely impressive. You could spend a week and not run out of things to do. But honestly, sometimes I just stood there and looked at the mountains. That was enough. Here's the thing about the Greenbrier. It's not trying to be a modern boutique hotel. It's not chasing trends. It knows exactly what it is, and it commits to that completely. It's a place with a real history, real character, and a kind of unhurried elegance that's genuinely rare. The kind of place where you arrive a little skeptical and leave already planning your return. If you're looking for a resort that feels like an experience, not just a place to sleep, this is it. White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, the Greenbrier. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. It genuinely means a lot. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment below telling me your dream travel destination, and share this with someone who needs a little luxury inspiration in their life. I'll see you in the next one.